Hello, my name is Ali Bosquin from Generational Values Podcast, and today I will be speaking about the topic of goal setting. So, what is goal setting? Goal setting is when you outline something that you want and mark it down as something you plan to move towards. And that's extremely beneficial for many people. However, a lot of people don't have a proper goal, let alone a plan to achieve it. They're confused. They don't know where they want to go, so how can they get there? And I think this happens for many reasons. One of which being something that I heard in the past that I completely agree with. And that's the idea that what do you do when you set a goal? You create a guide. And that guide pushes you towards the path that you want to achieve in life. However, that guide is also a judge. It judges you when you fail along the path. It also looks down on you when that is the case. And the pressure alone from that is so unbearable that many people choose to not create goals in the first place because it emphasizes when they fail. And people don't like to fail. They hate it so much that they don't create goals. So at least by not setting a goal, they can prevent themselves from objectively failing to meet their own standards. But the thing is that when you don't set goals, you don't have standards. And the reason for that is that standards are attained through successes, through accomplishments. Only when you actually do something of significance will you be able to say that this is something that I can do. You're not going to be able to say that I can accomplish a task that I have no experience accomplishing before and that I have proven in no way whatsoever to be able to accomplish in the first place. You create standards for yourself based on the things that you prove yourself to be able to do. So by not setting goals and accomplishing them, people become less able to get proper standards for themselves in the first place. And when this is the case, how can you ever expect anything from yourself? How can you ever trust yourself with any significant task because you've never been able to do it in the past? Because you have no accomplishments under your belt because you've ran away from the possibility of success due to the threat of failure. Another reason why people don't set goals is because it helps hide the fact that their lives are an absolute catastrophe. When you set a goal, you outline, you directly state and admit that your life can be improved. It's not perfect, and by extension, that it has flaws. But the thing is, sure, you don't feel any pain from realizing the flaws in your life. However, by not setting a goal to improve yourself, you are, by your own hands, certifying that those flaws will continue to exist in the future. This will not change so long as you don't create goals to change it, so long as you don't take the initiative necessary to change it. And the third thing is something that I actually heard people say to me. It's that you're young, so you should try to live your life more and enjoy your life more. And what these people mean by enjoy your life is to stop trying so hard and focusing on securing my future and instead going to parties and fooling around instead. There are so many things wrong with this. One is that it assumes that that is what I call enjoying my life. It is not. I am a very ambitious person. I need to prove my worth through accomplishments. And those accomplishments are what bring me joy. More enjoyment than I can ever attain through simple short-term pleasures that have nothing to do with my long-term goals. So it assumes that enjoyment can only be found when playing around all the time and not taking things seriously. And that blocks a lot of people from creating goals in the first place. Because why spend that time and effort to do that when you can simply enjoy life by wasting away instead? And two is that it directly ties into another idea that is absolutely brain dead to propel. This is the idea that high school is the peak of life. This is a stupid idea to propel because it demotivates older people from working. Because what's the point when you've already reached the peak of life, when you can never ever go above what you've already achieved, when you can never ever feel more enjoyment than you have when you were young? What is the point of working? It sets a cap on the amount of enjoyment you can find through life after a specific point in time. It completely disaligns with an idea that I believe in, which is that there is always something greater beyond the horizon. That you can always accomplish something more to make your life greater than it has ever been before. But by believing that high school is the peak of life, you will never even dare trying to set a goal that reaches for that better future. Now, it's obvious to me how goal setting is beneficial for self-improvement. Because it outlines a goal. It helps you outline a goal and create a path to achieve it, especially if you create many goals that lead to a central point. The most successful companies in the world continually strive for a better future. They continually set new goals. If not for their ambition to create a profit, many of the innovations that we see today will never exist. I set goals all the time. Even after completing a goal, I set new ones that are more challenging and difficult to handle and complete them too. By doing this, I'm continually challenging myself to be better than I am. And I find that this not only helps better people as individuals, but it also makes them more confident as they continually accrue success through the accomplishment of new and more harder goals. So, how can you maximize on your ability to achieve your goals? Everything comes with a price. Ask yourself, what are some things that you are willing to sacrifice to achieve the goals that you have? What time are you willing to spend in the completion of the goal? How much effort are you willing to put into completing the goal? And what things are you willing to cut out from your life that slows your progress towards that goal? In order to maximize on your ability to complete a single goal, you must be willing to sacrifice everything else that deters you from the completion of that goal. What are some of the things you are doing now that kills your ability to complete your goal? One of the things that I see that is big for many people is social media. I see so many people wasting their time scrolling through useless videos that will not help better their lives in any significant way. Apart from the Generational Values podcast accounts that we have, that we use for the progression of the Generational Values podcast, there are no social medias that I have that are still active. Rather than wasting my time scrolling through low productivity videos on social media, I focus my time on achieving academic excellence, applying for new scholarships, finding new investment opportunities, networking, and building this podcast. This is because I know that achieving well in these stratas will help me go towards the future that I desire and become the person that I respect. Now, before I sign off from this video, I will pose a challenge to all of those who made it to the end of this journey. Find a person that leads a catastrophic life, that has no goals of improving his position, that you actually look up to. If you can't do this, then take my advice. Don't be like those people. Set goals to improve your lives and move towards them. And I promise you that your life will become significantly better as a result. Hello, I am Adi from Generational Values Podcast. If you like this video and want to see more, click here. To view the full podcast, click here. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and join our journeys towards self-improvement. See you soon.